Hi. Welcome to this channel. Mystery Recapped here. Today I'm going to explain a Warner Brothers movie, but before we start, warning. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. Return to a world of two realities. One, everyday life, the other, what lies behind it. To find out if his reality is a construct, to truly know himself, Mr. Anderson will have to choose to follow the White Rabbit once more. In the modal, Morpheus and a few agents reenact Trinity's escape while Sequoia and Bugs watch on. However, as false Trinity almost escapes, she is found by Smith Morpheus, and Bugs is caught by the agents. At the last minute, Morpheus and Bugs run into a room, which resembles Thomas Anderson, Neo's, room at the beginning of The Matrix, 1999. Bugs reveals to Morpheus that Neo's presence helped her realize the Matrix was not real, while Morpheus realized after finding Matrix code lines in water. Bugs then frees Morpheus with a red pill after Morpheus tells her his purpose is to find Neo. As the pair escape, agents try to kill them, but Sec directs Bugs and Morpheus into a door, allowing them to successfully escape the Matrix. At Deus Machina, Thomas Anderson is working on his Matrix video game when he discovers something wrong in the modal. He tries to find the anomaly, but is interrupted by Jude walking in. Tom's iPhone buzzes and the old man says he needs a coffee break. Jude takes Tom to Simulate to talk about the themes in the Matrix video game when Tiffany and her children walk in. Jude notices Tom looking at Tiffany and introduces Tom to Tiffany, despite Tom protesting. Afterward, back in his office, Tom tries to hold on to the memory of Tiff shaking his hand before going back to work. When he opens the modal, Tom notices that it is gone. He tries to get it back, but the result just reads as file purged. A worker then opens the door and tells Tom that his boss, Smith, wants to meet with him in his office. In his office, Smith begins talking to Tom with a quote from The Matrix, 1999, millions of people just living out their lives. Oblivious, before they talk about the future of their company. However, Tom hallucinates Smith's jaws being shut in reaction to the news that the original Matrix game trilogy is getting a sequel trilogy. In the office of the analyst, Tom and the therapist talk about the progress Tom has been through and gets a refill on his blue pill prescription. The next days, during the production of Matrix 4 game, Tom gets a lot of inspiration from his peers and kung fu films. He also goes through with his regular schedule. It is during this period that Tom refuses to take his blue pills one day. One day, during the production of Matrix 4 game, Morpheus and the crew of the Namazani attempt to rescue Tom from the Matrix, but Tom thinks he's hallucinating again. During the evacuation, SWAT guards search the office building for Morpheus, and Morpheus uses the guns he brought with him to fight the SWAT guards. Tom continues telling himself he's hallucinating, even when Smith picks up a gun during the fight and his old memories return. In the analyst's office, Tom centers with the help of the analyst and his cat, Deja Vu. Tom later goes to the top of the building and reflects on his old memories when Bugs finds him, and tells him that he saved her from the Matrix. Bugs then takes Neo into a portal located in Tokyo to an abandoned theater, where they find the Namazani's crew and Morpheus inside it playing Neo's old memories, read, the original trilogy, on a shredded screen. Bugs and Morpheus convince Neo to take a red pill, before agents, bots, and the analyst are alerted of Neo's choice. As the Namazani's crew try to find an exit, they are ambushed by a bot swarm before Sequoia finds an exit in a Tokyo subway bathroom mirror. Bugs allows Neo to go through the mirror first, and he does. Neo wakes up in a Matrix pod in an isolated area, and is horrified to find that Trinity is also in a Matrix pod in the same area as him. Octacles, one of the Namazani's tame machines, frees Neo from his plugs and Sci-Fi, another tame machine, carries Neo to the Namazani. The Namazani's crew attempts to nurse Neo back to health, but quickly realize he was meticulously cared for in his Matrix pod. Desperate to keep him alive, the crew jack Neo into the construct where Morpheus breaks the news that Neo did change the world after the events of the Matrix Revolutions, 2003, but he is also not the same after an event, separating Neo and Trinity from each other. In order to test/train him, Morpheus engages in a fight with Neo in a dojo and nearly beats him to death when Neo violently retaliates and destroys the dojo. After the fight, Neo wakes up in a room in the Namazani, and Bugs finds him. Neo admits that if he had been released from the Matrix, then his old memories have been turned into a video game. Bugs admits that the Matrix will make anything trivial, before introducing Neo to the rest of the Namazani's crew, Berg, Lexi, Elster, Morpheus, Sci-Fi, Octacles, and Luminate. Neo is terrified of Sci-Fi, Octacles, and Luminate, as they are machines, but the machine's tame nature relieve his fears and gain his respect. The Namazani then enters Io, the only city where machine and humans live in peace. Niobe is the leader of the city and punishes the Namazani for freeing Neo, while catching Neo up on what has happened since the final battle of the Machine War. Niobe then imprisons Neo for his protection before the Namazani's crew break Neo out of jail to free Trinity. Niobe reluctantly lets the crew go, despite knowing the dangers of letting a crew go free somebody from the Matrix. The Namazani's crew locate Trinity inside the Matrix before entering the Matrix to find her. In an abandoned building in the Matrix, probably close to Trinity's location, Smith corners the crew and shows off his new alliance with the Merovingian and his cronies before fighting. The crew, Smith and the Merovingian, need to kill Neo in order to be free again. During the fight, Smith plows Neo into the first floor of the ruins, below the original fight site in the ruins, and the two proceed to fight. Smith nearly beats Neo to death, until Neo regains his powers during the fight, gaining the upper hand and defeating Smith. The Namazani's crew fight the Merovingian's cronies and the ship's crew survives. After the fight, Neo finds Trinity working on motorcycles in her shop and tries to talk to her, when the scene suddenly repeats and time slows. The analyst appears and tells Neo about bullet time, the ability to slow time, Neo and Trinity's resurrection, and his bots. One of these bots shoots a bullet towards Trinity, in swarm mode as a demonstration, and Neo, in slow motion, attempts to catch the bullet before it reaches Trinity as the analyst mocks him. When time returns to normal and the analyst disappears, Neo accidentally calls Tiffany Trinity before the Namazane's crew are forced to leave the Matrix as one of Io's ships has found them. At Io, Niobe berates Bugs for her heist, and Bugs tries to defend her actions, saying that Niobe would rather harvest food than free minds from the Matrix. Before a full-blown argument erupts between the two, Kajaku flies into Niobe's office, bringing a message that Sati needs to speak to her and Neo. At a meeting, Sati reveals that she knows the location of Trinity and decides that Io needs to free her. The Namazane and several ships volunteer to accomplish this. Kajaku comes along with the Namazane to upload Trinity into itself, even if Trinity cannot be physically rescued from the Matrix. However, this upload requires a transfer, which Bugs obliges to. The rest of the crews are there as defense in case anything tries to endanger the heist. To enter the anomalium, Morpheus sneaks past the sentinels that guard the tower before Bugs, Sai-Bibi, and Kajaku follow suit. Sati can only been seen in the real world through Kajaku. At night, in the Matrix, Neo confronts the analyst in Simulate, which is now swarming with SWAT guards, and gives him a deal. Says that if Trinity decides to come with him, he must let them go. If Trinity decides to stay in the Matrix, he will also return to the Matrix. In response, the analyst chuckles and says I like tests. Trinity then appears at the coffee shop, showing visible nervousness with the guards in the shop. Trinity confesses to Neo that she played his game, and remarks why does this feel like a memory? She also admits that she laughed with Chad, her husband, about it and secretly wanted to punch him in the face for laughing. However, Trinity knows she is not the same as she once was, back in the original trilogy. At this statement, Chad and his children come to take Trinity away from Neo, as Neo is arrested and gunned down by SWAT guards. Before Sequoia can unplug Neo from the Matrix and kill him, Trinity defies Chad and beats him before calling for Neo. He does the same as well for Trinity. Neo then blows back the SWAT guards, pinning him down before the analyst suddenly stops time. The analyst mocks Neo before Smith suddenly appears and begins attacking the analyst, making time go back to normal. What results is a fight in Simulate, and the analyst's cat, temporarily stopping the analyst and giving time for Neo, Trinity, and the others to escape. Neo and Trinity race ahead to give Bugs and the others time to extract themselves, but the analyst turns a swarm of controlled humans against them. The pair race into a skyscraper, and with nowhere else to go, the two jump with Neo expecting to be able to fly them away. Instead, Trinity has come to learn to fly and the two escape and regain control of the Matrix. In the aftermath, Neo and Trinity return to face the analyst, assuring him that he will face dire consequences should he try to seize control of the Matrix again. Neo and Trinity both fly away to redesign the Matrix. Subscribe for more videos like this.